goodness. Hey, hi, ho, and out. Oh, I can't do that for very long. That's a lie. I could do that longer. It's just I know that I shouldn't, because holy fuck, is that annoying. Anyway, hey, hi, ho, and howdy, everybody. My name is Katawa Shoujo, and welcome to episode number, it's fucking hot in here, of episode Katawa Shoujo. God damn it, man. Get your shit together, you silly bastard. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, in the last episode, which was admittedly a little while ago, I'm sorry, it wasn't like a month and a half, 2 months this time. So that's cool, right? Might be here soon though. Family's going out of town, and by family I mean the one person who's always around to usually kind of babysit the children things, the child units in the area of which I reside. So now I'm gonna just be fucked. I'm gonna have no time for anything ever, which is just bullshit. But I mean, good for them for stuff too. Anyway, hey, what happened in the last episode? I don't remember. All I know is it and Yuko. Yes, we went to the library and saw Yuko. I broke out the bento voice. Nobody watched that episode. Woo! Yeah, that's always inspiring. That is one of the weird things too, is because so few people watch my stuff that, like, on average it fluctuates anywhere between 1 view or 0 views in certain situations to like 20. I think the single video I have the most views on is like mid to upper 30s, and that's like 90% of it is because it had "not safe for work" in the title. Simple. Actually, no, because the review cap, there was one episode of the Ruby review cap that got a fuck ton of views, and then nothing else did. But you know, it's always interesting looking at the difference. I don't know if it's because I try and think of like exactly what causes it, what makes it go like 6, 10, 12, 13, 1, 6, 10, 20. We made it to 1, and like it's amazing how quickly that makes me just go like, no one likes me anymore, no one wants to watch my stuff. And then I remember like, oh, it just happens. Get the fuck over it, you whiny bitch. Anyway, on this episode of Katawa Shoujo, it appears that we are taking a bus and not, in fact, worrying about the amount of views my videos get and or singing the Spice Girls. The next day I take the bus into the city. It goes no, that was right. Why are you you fucking moron. Okay. It goes twice an hour starting in the morning, passing by the front gate at Yamaku at 20 minutes past and 10 to the hour. Also, P.S., it's hot as fuck in here. Because there's no... God damn it, I wish I had air conditioning. The ride takes considerably longer than the one Noemiya gave us in his car. I slowly read a book at the bus, as the bus makes its rounds through the suburbs, pausing at almost every stop to pick up someone or let them out. I eventually make it to the last stop at the city center. The city is fair-sized, but not too large and seems too quiet. Nevertheless, I enjoy the atmosphere. The 22nd corner. It is a corner. It is, in fact, the 22nd of them. Second. I'm stupid. It's literally right in front of me. Despite the being slightly directionally challenged, I find my way to the bus station of the gallery without too much effort, and soon I find myself staring at the big letters saying 22nd corner. Not 22nd corner. Ya dumbo. Inside, the gallery owner is intently studying a large painting hanging on the wall, a portrait of an old man. Good afternoon. I don't really remember what voice I gave her. Fuck it. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Go back, good sir. She turns around to look at me, and a smile of recognition spreads on her lips. Oh, aren't you the young man from the other day? Shinichi's student? Hisao, was it? That's right. good afternoon, Miss Yonji. Please, just say I don't want to feel any older than I already am. Oh God, it's been so long since I've seen another man. Okay, you know, I'm so glad that even young people show interest in art nowadays. It's so refreshing. What brings you here? Surely you aren't just on a courtesy visit all the way from your school. I'm not that beautiful, am I? Did you bring flowers? You should have. You're very handsome. I actually came for RIN. I was just hoping to see how she's doing. Oh, is that right? Well, fuck you too then. Well then, you need to step back outside. You see, the atelier is actually at the next door on the right down the street and just up the stairwell. Just climb the stairs to the top floor. There's only one door there. You can't miss it. Thanks, brah. Thanks for the directions, home slice dog. The realest of them all, say. I give Say my thanks, exit the gallery, and locate the door she was talking about. It leads to a dark... This is the exact same stairwell as the one at the school. Oh my God. It's like an episode of The Twilight Zone. We never left the school. Leading to the roof of the school building. The stairs are steep, and even though it's only 5 floors, my breathing gets heavy before I reach the top. An unassuming wooden door waits for me there. It's unlocked, so I knock and enter. Look at all this stuff. Look at all this shit. There's all this shit and stuff all over the place. That did not call for a song, but you know what? I did it anyway. Because I'm fucking weird and thought that made sense. And shit. The atelier is just one. Can I also, real quickly, quick diversion, put the fucking brakes on this shit. That was also a terrible brake noise. It more just sounded like I was having a small heart attack. But, not heart attack, asthma attack. Fuck, I'm stupid today. It's not a new development. I'm always just fucking complete. I may be retarded. I don't say that to be offensive to people who have mental issues. I'm just saying I'm not. Shit is wrong. Anyway, I'd like to say shout out to something that I forgot what it was, because I can't remember. Fuck. I went on this tangent and now don't remember what the fuck I was talking about. I just watched something recently that taught me how to pronounce the word atelier, because for the longest, if you said goodbye to me tonight, I didn't know how to pronounce atelier. Thought it was probably like atelier or some shit. I don't fucking know. But recently watched something, can't remember what it was, so there's literally no point in bringing it up. I remembered it at some point before we got to this point in the story. I was gonna be like, I was gonna make this statement earlier, and then I didn't. So now that when I decide to, God damn it, Shannon, this is why it was one view. It's because you're fucking stupid. I'll try to remember it. If I remember what it is, I will then tell you, and you will care about as little as you care currently. The atelier is really just one big room, with the ceiling lower at one end than the other, than the roof of the building is gabled. Pretty sure I fucked that up somehow. There's a huge skylight in the ceiling that acts as the main source of light for the room, bringing in sunlight that reflects off the white painted walls. I suppose it's good to use natural light for art. Is it? The fuck do you know, art man? You a poet, son. You don't know about art. Sorry. There isn't much in the way of interior decoration. No surprises, since the room seems to have been used as storage for quite a while. All kinds of boxes and office furniture are scattered around the place. The room is dusty, since it's not been in use for a while. I can see that someone has made an effort to clean up a little, but it's far from immaculate. Rin stands in the middle of the room with her back to me, staring at a... Nope, I got that right. Stop doing that. At a half-painted canvas placed on an easel. Not working on it, just staring and moving. She wearing them overalls. She do it right. She wears what must be second or third hand denim overalls over the standard school uniform shirt, much like the one I'm wearing. They look pretty worn. What? And are covering. Well, I mean, they do look a little. They look like they could trap heat. I'm just saying. I can't be thinking about that right now because I may or may not be in fire at this very moment, burning in the pits of hell that is Montana for some reason. The fuck is that about? Like, I'm not saying it needs to be snowing all the time. I'm just saying, just give me, like, low 60s. That's all I ask. Please. It's so fucking hot. From the way they seem to be loose or tight in places, giggity, I'm guessing that they weren't originally RINs. Hey. Hello. RIN doesn't judge my showing up as worthy of turning around. Yeah. Pfft. Fucking Hasao. That guy. Is less worth turning around for than Shannon is. It's not true. No one is. No one is less. Oh God, my feelings. They're hurt now. Saying maybe something more than just a mechanical reply to my greeting, smiling, anything. She keeps on doing whatever it is she's doing. Probably some weird creative thing inside her head. That's the best things to do. Perhaps I should have expected as much. Still, I'm making another attempt at conversation. This is a pretty cool place. Pretty big, too. It is. Says that I can use this as much as I like. I even have my own key. So, how's the work going? She doesn't answer for a while. I begin to wonder if she's already forgotten the question. As a cloud drifts over the building, shadowing the light pouring in from the skylight, the change in RIN's surroundings seems to wake her up. I don't know. It's like a huge ball. Right? Is that what that says? My fucking cursor's in the way. Move, bitch. Yeah, it is like a huge ball. Thank you. Cursor, you fuck. I don't really know what side is the right one. It's really huge. It's like the hugest thing ever. Like a mountain growing inside of me. Like I swallowed a mountain whole. Giggity again? I don't know. It's gonna be hard, I think. Very hard. I can just keep taking this to dark places. Because that's how my mind works, apparently. I try to listen for undercurrents of stress or uncertainty in her voice, but I don't really pick up on anything like that. Why are you here? Her tone is not as unkind as the directness of the question would make it seem. Well, you said that it would be fine if I came to visit, so here I am. I guess it's not for any real reason, but I don't know, I thought you might like company or assistance or maybe some... Hey, Sal? Can you be quiet for about 15 minutes? Maybe 10's enough. 5 definitely isn't. You can talk afterwards. Her tone is sharp, nothing like I've ever heard from her before. There's no command, no annoyance, no anger, but her voice pierces me all the same. All right. With the silence that falls, anxiety creeps back into my heart. I wonder if it was a mistake to come here. Oh, it was definitely a mistake. That's some serious, like, well, I don't know how I feel about that kind of directness. Murmurs the traffic filter in from outside, and I start to feel more and more uncomfortable. All my thoughts keep finding themselves returning to certain things that have been swirling relentlessly in the back of my mind for some time now. I feel like those thoughts will surface out of the tempestuous sea of my mind, whether I want it or not. Poetic as fuck. Desperate to divert my focus, I fixate on RIN's back as my mind races. I'm not gonna say it this time. It'd be worse if you said the back of her head. Though, immediately it goes to the back of her head. I don't think I've ever studied someone's back so intently before. You know, it's just probably because that's a thing people don't generally do. I mean, some people might, and if you do, more power to you. And, like, I'm not one to judge. I mean, like, I'm all about, like, other parts of people. But, you know, to each their own. You do you, boo. Stuff? What? Her neck hidden by a copper-colored hair, which is, again, in complete disarray. Did I fuck that up? No, I got it right. Okay. That relaxed yet rigid posture, reminding me that RIN's physical appearance often tends to be as awkward as her various trains of thought. Those gaunt, delicate shoulder blades visible through the thin white fabric... Pardon my stroke. The contours of her hips curving down to her thin thighs. It pisses me off. Well, it's good to know you have your priorities straight in real life. You know, man, Some people say first world problems. That's like zero world problems. What is the thing for zero? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 10th, 9th. Fuck those last two up. Those back. Whatever. Point is, what's zero? Does that have one? It doesn't, does it? Am I crazy? Did I just not learn this shit? Am I just stupid? Well, I know I'm stupid, but I just... This is a fucking weird episode. I'm sorry. I understand the one view at this point. God damn. Rarely does she ever seem to be looking at me, whether literally or figuratively. I, on the other hand, am always watching her back, both literally and figuratively. Whenever she's painting, whenever something catches her fluttery attention, whenever I don't forcefully make her listen to me, I can't reach through to her. RIN's heart is uncharted territory, dangerous waters, the blank areas on a map. The edge of the world? If I went too close, I wonder if I'd fall off. What do I think of her? Sometimes she's aloof and distant, and it just fucking irritates me. At other times, her passion for the thing she thinks worthwhile shines through and it inspires me. I'm fading into the darkness. I can't understand her. Still, I like her and consider her my friend. I suppose part of friendship is putting up with the oddities of the people you call friends. Yeah. That's one of those things that always gets me too, because like I've had a fuck ton of friends over the years. Not because like, oh, I'm just that kind of guy, Mr. Popular. Yeah, you see my videos. I'm fucking not. I mean, listen to me. Have you watched this fucking video? It's just a fucking boggle of shit. Though admittedly, I'm not really like 100% the way I am in videos all the time. Like I actually quite different, but like it. There's still a lot of things that I find very fucking off-putting or weird about me. If like one of them being that I think that way about myself. I have weird fucking self-esteem issues. But like there's a lot of things that I really don't care for about myself. Oddities and then just normal shit that other people are like, "Hey, I got that shit in spades." And I'm like, "I don't fucking what? I'm just over here. I don't even know what the fuck is." It's very difficult being that person who's afraid to tell other people about yourself because because you just feel like they're immediately gonna go, "Oh, you're a weird, pathetic loser. Peace." Like I just recently, like the other day, went on Facebook. Fuck Facebook. God damn it. But I went on Facebook the other day and I was like, for like the past few years, I've said it before, as I move around, or don't move now, but I used to move around a lot as a kid. That's kind of where the having lots of friends over the years came in. I moved around constantly as a kid. I'm trying to think how many schools in total I went to. Whatever the fuck my kindergarten was called, then I had that. And then... Sorry, I'm counting in my head, and I just don't want to be like, well, these are all the different schools I went to. I went to fucking 8 different schools. When you were in school, well, technically 9 if you count homeschooling for 1.5 a year before I just said, you know what? Fuck it. I can't deal with this shit anymore. I'm just done. Again, going into that I'm a complete fucking loser thing. But like, you know, I moved around fucking 8 different goddamn times. 8 different schools. That is a lot of like times to reconnect and make new friends and then just lose them. But like this past week I reached out to a friend from fucking forever ago. I think it was from the 5th grade. Which is so goddamn long ago. But, you know, I reached out to her at one point and I was like, hey, you probably don't recognize me or remember me at all. Again, it was the 5th grade. It's what, fucking however many years ago now? I think it's like 8, 9. Jesus Christ. But the entire time I was really, really scared to, because I know, like, I'd like to reconnect and talk to people. But then I think about how far everyone else has gone since then, where I really haven't. Like, I've said it before. I've just said it earlier. I never graduated high school. I've never gotten no diploma or nothing like that. I am about as low as you can get on the fucking embarrassment scale. Or as high. I don't know how the scale works exactly. I didn't graduate high school. I didn't go to college. I not having a fucking kid anytime soon. I'm not married. I didn't go into the military, partially because I can't deal with that shit. Fuck that. Like, I don't have a job. This is the closest thing to I have a job. And when the closest thing you have to a job is talking on the internet to random people who really probably don't give much of a fuck about how much of a fucking loser you are, it's a little off-putting. It's very difficult for me to just be like, hey, guys, want to talk? And be like, hey, what you been up to? Look at all this cool shit you've done. You've gone to college, and you're in a relationship, and you're having a kid, and oh my god, you're probably about to get married, and you graduate high school, you're awesome, you got like a decent part-time job. Obviously, you're going to college right now, so it's not expecting you to fucking be a CEO of a company and go to college at the same time or anything. But like you're doing all this crazy shit. You have a life, and then I think about me melting in my fucking room over here playing games on the internet, and it feels wrong in a way. It's always felt really weird because it feels in a way like I'm cheating the system. But then in my heart, it just feels like I'm just fucked up. I like everything that I want to do hasn't really happened. I know a decent part of that is not going out and getting it, but another big chunk of it is being physically unable to, either because my brain is just fucked, or being because there's not been opportunity with which to do so. And again, of course, a decent amount of it is just me being me. You know, it's thing there. So when I'm sorry for no more for this whole fucking thing, but for being able to not word correctly. But you know, when I was messaging her and being like, "Hey, you want to talk?" It really made me realize, yeah, it'd be cool if we did chat. Well, what do I say? Do I just be like, yeah, no, you went on to do all this, and I'm just the fucking, I'm me, you know? I'm afraid of cars and horses. I fucking didn't graduate high school. I didn't do any of that. I am about as low and pathetic as you can get in a person. And again, there's probably a lot of it being just down on myself, more than I need to be. And it's that self-esteem thing. You can only go through life so many times being told you're a loser and pathetic before you start believing it. And it's complicated, man. And of course, there's a lot of other just simple random shit. Like I'm just weird. And anyone who's watched my videos knows I'm weird. Admittedly, it's amplified because it's attempting to be funny. This here right now is a lot more like me. I'm just down here talking. It's obviously not all. I don't walk into a room and immediately go fucking make a fucking big noise and fucking. I don't know, but it's one of those things where it feels really difficult to be me and be happy about it. But I guess kind of the point that I wanted to bring it up was because then I think about it, and the amount of friends that I have had admittedly has gone down. The number has shrunk significantly over time. But now I think about like the friends that I have now. I have like a friend at this point. And then I think about her and how cool she is, and it's like always like, hey, yeah, you're fucking weird, but that's cool. That's not a terrible thing. And it always feels like being in that kind of friendship makes me feel like I'm asking someone else to put up with my fucking weirdness. And they do, and that means the world to me. But it feels wrong. It feels like you're a bad person for making someone else deal with the imperfections, because you feel you want to give them the best friend that they can have. You wanna give them someone who's fucking cool and funny and smart and isn't a total loser, and you want to give them someone who, you know, looks like they're actually working towards the future. And it probably doesn't look that way to me or to the people around me. I am trying to do that. It's just, it's very difficult to do that. But then a part of me is like, well, you're just making excuses. Which also then feels like another thing that I'm asking someone else to put up with. Even if I honestly believe I'm not just making an excuse, I know that it probably looks that way, and it probably feels that way, and it's really frustrating because, of course, you can't just change someone's perception of you. You have to deal with how people think of you, and just have to hope that they... It's one of those things where I hope no one ever has to put up with me. And I know that that's what it is sometimes, and I hate that idea. I love the idea of having friends and having people there who do care and maybe rely on you, or who you rely on, who there is that actual friendship there. But it, you know, it's weird because you're, yeah, it's weird. I don't know why I went on this tangent. It was like 10 minutes worth of just talking about fucking nothing. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't like being that person, but I know that I am. You know, that I've been that person for a while now. And you want to change. You always want to be that person who's, like maybe the example, or you want to just be better. Because you look at, I look at the friends that I've had and the friends that I have now, and I'm like, you're fucking kick ass. You do this, even if you've had troubles in the past, or if you have, even if you're not in the perfect position now, you're in a so much better position than I am, and that's something to be incredibly envious about. And I don't like being the fuck up, but I am sometimes, and I understand that, and I realize that, and I'm trying to work around it. But I don't know. Shit got real. This episode's really weird. It was all over the top and goofy and meant really nothing at first, and now it's all like, well, how about just turn this into a podcast, man? It's fucking silly, man. I'd like to, kind of another real quick thought is, I'd like to bring the podcast back at some point. Either, but the big problem is, like, the reason I get in these tangents in these, where it's really easy to talk to people, even if my fucking words are just garbled soup. It's one of those things where it's not so easy to just come up with a topic on the top of your head and know what you're going to talk about and just ramble on for like 10-15 minutes like I just did. And because I wouldn't have mentioned that if that didn't, you know, sparked up in Hassan's mind. So, I don't know. I don't know how easy it would be to bring the podcast back. At least not without like Braden or something joining me. People always seem to really enjoy Braden coming along. Maybe someday. Fuck. And I know I'm not the only person who feels that way about all that stuff. It's just, it feels worse when you have a lot of evidence to back up that you're not the best. But I will say this, thank you to anyone who does watch my videos, to anyone who I guess puts up with that. My friend, like I said, you're the best. Like, really, you're just the coolest fucking person I've known in years. And thank you for putting up with the oddities of the person you call a friend. I have to admit, there's a lot of putting up with RIN. What does she think of me? I have no idea. Last week I thought she might have liked me romantically with what with that kiss and all. It forced me to ponder my own feelings too. This week, I'm utterly confused. I am like a cow. Utterly confused. What would she do if I told her I liked her that way? I wonder if I really do. Damn, I can't make sense of even my own thoughts anymore. Must be contagious. Even if I said a thing like that, would it matter? Nothing affects RIN. Nothing. I'm done. I find her turned around, now staring straight at me. It unnerves me. I try to remember what we, or rather I, have been talking about before she requested a timeout. Oh, right, I just came to... I don't know. I don't know why I came, I like hanging out with you, my man, that's all. You still can't... Oh, shit. You still can't finish your sentences? It's not that. Fine. She retreats from the conversation, slipping away from me once again. She doesn't return to painting, but instead keeps looking at me with that empty poker face of hers. I wanted to, I don't know, talk about some stuff. I've thought a lot about things. What things? Like, what happened last week and so on. What happened? I get the feeling that she's playing with me. Why, I have no clue. It's not a game she's playing with my head. I'm pretty sure she doesn't deliberately try to screw with people. Maybe it's just my own mind playing tricks on itself. Still, RIN feels like a puzzle in the form of a girl. I feel attracted to it, compelled to solve it. The overly rational part of my brain refusing to let me give up. I can't leave her alone. I never would have believed if I could be this obsessive about something. Why do I hesitate so much and keep running in circles around her? I don't have to do that. I've already decided what I want to say. RIN? Saying her name with an intention like this makes my mouth dry as if my subconscious is fighting against what I'm going to say next. I feel like I'm going to lock up any moment now. RIN looks up from her paint-covered toes and stops wriggling them, as there isn't anyone to observe them curiously now. The hard stare of her dark green eyes seems like a portent. I like you. The lack of any reaction is a slap to the face. So, I mean, I like you as more than a friend. What's more? The slow, hesitant words coming from her strawberry-colored lips are not the ones I was waiting for. Neither of the two possible answers that I'd been expecting, actually. I feel myself blushing heavily as is par for the course in this kind of situation. My heartbeat sounds like a percussion orchestra on drugs. RIN's faux innocent inquiry feels like I'm being grilled over hot coals. You know, like, romantically and... No. RIN turns around, giving me the cold shoulder as she returns to looking at her painting. She makes a move to pick up her brush, which lies forgotten on the floor, but decides against it at the last moment. I can't talk about that kind of thing now. So, don't talk about that kind of thing, please. We're friends, right? So you can do that. The silence those words leave behind is deafening. I want to say something, but my mouth refuses to move. There's no way I can retain my dignity. RIN finally picks up the brush without giving any explanation for her behavior. Maybe there was something in her voice that gave away some emotion, but I couldn't say what. Her shoulders slump melancholically as her foot works the canvas in front of her. She won't let me see her face, and I know it. Feeling the weight of my heart grow heavier, I stand up to leave, for I can't stay here any longer. It's like I've opened Pandora's box by stepping over some line that RIN didn't want me to cross, and she had to turn me down. I walk across the squeaky floor to the door leading to the stairwell. RIN's quiet voice stops me in my tracks as I'm about to open the door. Yes, Al? My hand still on the brass doorknob is waiting for me to turn it or to withdraw. Yeah? Will you come tomorrow? Yeah. Making sense to me. No pattern emerges, something that would take me any further than I am. Dazed, I close the book and put it back on the shelf, then sit back down. I think honestly and hard about what I really want. So tell them what you want, what you really, really want. No, tell you what you want, what you really, really want. No, tell them what... Word up. Sorry.